Hello viewers, welcome to RK Keynotes. Until now, in Java programming we have explored 9 Java application programs using NetBeans IDE. So these are all the list of programs. In today's program, we will look into generic programming. The problem statement here is to find maximum value from the given type of elements using generic function. What is that generic? So before getting into that, we need to understand all these things like generic programming. Basically, we used to write generic programming. um our code should work for many types of data. So that is what about generic programming. You don't want to often change the code. So you can have a generic format, and then we can do some slight changes so we can continue with our um, program. And generic class method here available. And advantages of generic programming: there is no typecasting, and generic programming is type safe. Limitations and restrictions: yes, there are few limitations. You cannot overload, you cannot use primitive data types like int. Instead of that, we are going to use integer, string, like a wrapper class. And bounded type parameters are used for for restriction. If you want to restrict a parameter, then we'll be using bounded types. And array list, we know, we have already discussed about array list. Growable in size, right? There are a lot of advantages of using array list. Fine. Let's get into the practical implementation. If you have not subscribed yet, do subscribe my channel to get more updates. Let's get into the practical demonstration. So first, I'll be explaining with a simple example. Let's understand this program in an easy way. First of all, the thing is, we are going to use this kind of angle brace to represents that which represents that we are using generics within our program. Over here, this represents a parameter. You see, this is a class name test, and this is a parameter, and I have created an object for that, which means this is just a reference, and the constructor is created using the class, and I have passed that parameter, and I have got a method, this return this dot obj. Fine. So we are not going to do any changes after this. The thing is that now my program should accept. So this is a main class, main method, and you see this using test, this test class. As I said, that we are not going to use int, that is primitive things we are not going to use. Instead of that, we have used integer, and this is a reference object is created for the class, and this is basically we will use a constructor right over here. And in this way we will be mentioning generic programs. Okay, so one is about this class, generic class, and this is about the braces I'm talking about, and the value which is passed is integer. So what if I want to pass a string value? So I don't want to alter my program. What I have done is, again, for the same class, I just mentioned it as string and created a reference, and using the reference I just called the object. You see, this is the reference here. The object is called. So likewise, you can have n number of things. You can insert whatever the data you want to insert in this program, so it will work. So I'm gonna run this program first. Let's run this. You see this, we have got this value 15 and high. Fine. Hope you understood what is generic programming now. Let's comment this, and we'll look into the actual problem which is given in the problem statement. And yeah, okay, so here util package is used, and there is a class, and you see this public static. And basically the thing is, we need to find the maximum of the given element, right? So my problem over here is, I'm gonna give integers, so it should show what is that, the maximum number of this. And again, as seen in the previous example, this is about integer we are dealing with. And again, I'm gonna talk about characters, so I'm gonna give characters in this way, z a b, and it should show the maximum character, which is the maximum character in this. Fine. So hope you got the problem And over here what I have done here is that I have used few predefined methods and super classes in this, which extends object class mm, and comparable I'm gonna use because we need to do some comparison, right? And iterator, you know that it comes from collection, where whenever we use array list we'll be using array list, or some concepts from collections we'll be using iterator, where it will move forward and it will find whether the element is there or what, so you see that already we have explored has next, character at and these kind of methods in previous examples. So if there is an element, then it is going to do this comparison, and finally it is going to return the element. Fine, so we are not going to touch, we are not going to change anything over here. So here what I'm saying is you can pass any data which you want, integer, string, or if you want to pass double, those kind of values. So you don't want to change the program. So that is what the main objective of using generics. So over here a list has been created, and I have used array list for that, and I'm passing these values into the list, and I'm using a function called max, which is already defined here, right over here. You see this, yeah, and just assigning all these things and storing a value in this. The result is printed here. Fine, the same thing goes here. So let's run this one and understand how this works. So the answer which is going to show you, given number is this one, and the maximum is 99, and given value is ZAB, and the maximum value is Z. So hope you understood the flow, how it is going to execute. Right, so over here I'm gonna show you the Viva questions for exercise number 9. That is, so these are the questions which I have asked in the previous video. I request you to pause the video and go through all these answers. And so these are all the remaining things. Hope you got all these things. If you have got any queries, do let me know in the comment section. And let me go to the Viva questions for exercise number 10, that is for generic programming. And these are all the questions, expected questions. You need to understand all these things. I'll be revealing these answers in the next video. Hope you understood this. If you like the video, do hit the like button and share with your friends. Thank you, and thanks for watching the video.